Hey guys, Marslingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so today I wanted to show you guys a bit of a forgotten unit, the AGL ZAMASU. He is of course a Realm of Gods leader as well as an Extreme Types leader. So I've been link leveling a whole bunch of Extreme units, so I was using him as my leader. And so of course over the course of that process he has eventually gotten to full level 10 links. He's one of those annoying ones where he has a couple of links that change when he transforms, so you've got to get all of them up to 10 as well. But one of those is Big Bad Bosses, which, as we've said many times over, is one of the best links in the game when you get it to level 10. So we are running him on a Realm of Gods team. It's the best place for him. I bought a friend Beerus that will just throw on the other rotation with Whis, and then a whole bunch of support units, and then of course the Tech Merge ZAMASU, who is his best linking partner. So we didn't start off with them together. So we've got a couple of links active here, including Cold Judgment, which is very good for that defense. Gowasu and ZAMASU obviously give a ton of extra defense as well. So we're sitting at almost 120k. That's what's really good for this ZAMASU, is giving him a bunch of extra defense, because he has damage reduction of 40%, but he has no defense as part of his own passive. So even with damage reduction, his overall defense can often be kind of low, and then that means he can still take damage. So with defense support and then the addition of things like the link level update, increasing things like Cold Judgment, and then of course Big Bad Bosses once he transforms, that gives him the potential to have a lot more defense, which then makes that 40% damage reduction look a whole lot better. So obviously in the first stage of the event, not really surprising that we're not really taking any damage, and of course Gowasu and ZAMASU do provide a pretty big amount of defense compared to some of the other supports. But we're running basically like the Realm of Gods team that I showed in a video the other day with Topo, to show off one of my favourite Realm of Gods builds. The only real difference is that we've changed the UI Goku and Vegito Blue rotation to the ZAMASU one. And obviously we did the video for the Super Battle Road switch up thing, where we used the full different forms of ZAMASU and Goku Black, who obviously the AGL ZAMASU is the best leader for, because all of those characters are on Realm of Gods. But yeah, overall I think he's a really good unit. He does get a little bit forgotten about now. Obviously the Trunks I think was considered far superior when they both came out because of his infinite stacking. So he came out at a time where he was one of the first units that really made like the Legendary Goku event a bit of a joke when that Tech Trunks came out on JP. Whereas ZAMASU, people have always had problems with his lack of defense, but when he's transformed he definitely puts out solid numbers. And then just like Trunks, if you want to do the active skill transformation to get his final form and go for like the big finishing blow, he can do a pretty huge level of attack. So obviously we will be looking to do that in this video at some point. So of course you get locked in the first spot. Merge ZAMASU, of course, not having the best defense. Even with Gowasu and ZAMASU on rotation, he's still under 100k. But the AGL ZAMASU up to 135. And with the Tech Merge ZAMASU, they share the exact same link set. So obviously this is going to be a very good turn for him. Not the best one. Obviously we're not getting any attack support, so we need to see this rotation with Topo or Supreme Kai of Time in the final slot in order for him to be at his best in terms of attack stats. And then of course once we transform him as well, that's going to be an even bigger boost, although he does lose some of his damage mitigation. But EZA Tech Merge ZAMASU is really good as well. He's just not super great defensively, but he does hit like a truck. 2.6 million, pretty decent. Obviously this is where you can kind of see what I'm saying about him being sort of outdated at this point, because we're now in the sort of meta where any units that you can consider like say the top 10 Dokkan Fest TURs are probably all hitting well over like 3 million, even without attack support. So Supreme Kai of Time getting locked in the first spot. Yet again, another event with this irritating mechanic that I really don't like for these long form events of locking our units in place, because Supreme Kai of Time especially needs to super attack in order to be able to defend well. But as long as he doesn't mess up our main rotation with the two ZAMASUs, we're all good. So we're going to actually finish him off this turn anyway. so we don't have a chance to get that rotation broken up, and then we'll just have to fix the supports afterwards. You gotta love the KO screen for Beerus as well. Nice big crit there for 4 million damage. But here we go. So now we have our defensive and offensive support of 40% with the Topo. So that puts us at 116k defense. And then bear in mind we do have the... It is still 40 in this transformation, isn't it? Yeah, 40%. And then when you transform up into the full-on corrupted state, it drops down to 20%. But obviously you get a ton more attack. So... Goku does hit pretty hard in this event, so let's see how well we can actually tank here, considering we have type disadvantage, but we've got reasonably high defense and we have damage mitigation. So, okay, yeah, good. So double digits from normal attacks. That is actually very good. And then just under 3 million attack stats. So without using his final transformation into the corrupted form, that is the highest attack stat that we would be able to see. I guess technically we could put Topo in slot 1 because he gives the allies an attack buff if he super attacks first. But I don't like doing that with units that obviously break up the rotation. Like Topo's just here to be a 3rd slot floating unit. Like even this Zamasu had a higher attack stat. He's not full level 10 links. I have been leveling up his links, but they are not full level 10. So obviously AGL Zamasu meant to be more of a defensive option. So let's see, who does he link best with? Godly Power. Oh yeah, at least they have Fierce Battle. I guess we should go ahead and use the active skill. Goku is the hardest enemy in the Goku family Infinite Dragon Ball History stage, even though you fight him as like the 3rd enemy. So I'm not too worried about using Beerus's active skill this early on, so he's going to be able to do quite a lot of damage with all this attack support. Plus we'll go ahead and do this as well. Let's just see a crazy high number out of Beerus, and then I will save one of those for when we get the merged Zamasu, like corrupted transformation as well. So yeah, all that extra defense means he's not taking any damage, and then you know, just a casual almost 8 million attack stat there, thanks to the full passive, the active skill, and the attack up item. Even the additional normal attack doing 1.5 million with no crit. That is, that's a lot of damage for a normal attack right there. So, alright, so we'll go ahead and do this. Let's get these out of the way for you. Probably not going to get a super attack with Whis, but that's okay. We've got to get Whis floated back off onto that Beerus rotation. But yeah, you can see the real liability, unfortunately, is if you want to activate all of his links, this Tech Zamasu is the best link partner for the AGL one. But as you can see there, like, he's not super good defensively. And we get 3.3. Actually, I think Tech Mode Zamasu increases allies' attack with his super attack as well, which is why we see the breaking 3 million attack stat. But the problem is, as I was just saying, like, he's not a good defensive unit. So most of the time you don't want to put him in slot 1, especially if that's where the majority of the attacks are. But yeah, we'll double check that. We'll do that again for the next rotation. So let's get Topo floated off first, because he's definitely the better support, because he does provide all that attack. So we'll go ahead and get him floated off here. And then Beerus, thanks to Gawasu and Zamasu, his defense is just going to be perfectly fine. The friend Beerus has 2 dupes, by the way. He does have a bunch of crit skill orbs. I think it's the same Beerus friend that I used for the Realm of Gods video that we did the other day. So he is a very well-built Beerus with all those nice extra crit abilities. So Topo 1.8, not too bad for him, considering he's not really linking up super well with anyone here. Probably won't finish off Gohan though. Got kind of close, but double digits from the normal, 45k from a super. That's really not too bad either, to be honest. But yeah, let me double check most of Zamasu here. Yeah, raises allies' attack by 30%. Okay, so alright, let's go ahead now. I don't want the video to be super long. Let's go ahead and actually transform. Okay. Like I've said before in videos and stuff, I'm not a huge fan of the like half purple goo man ZAMASU, but I do actually really like his super attack animation once you transform. I'm going to use an Android 8 here because actually if I put Tech ZAMASU first, he's gonna kill him, isn't he? Damn it. I wanted to get that extra buff, but I guess I kind of have to put the AGL one first here, because otherwise Tech ZAMASU just kills him. I forgot Gohan's health was so low. So we'll go ahead and do this. Obviously, even with the only having 20% damage reduction now, his defense is still pretty solid with all the support that we're getting. So let me just hit all of these real quick. And he's at what? 4.7. Okay. So this is where you now start comparing him to some of the newer Dokkan Fest units in terms of whether or not he's outdated. Like, now that we're at his actual final form, now we're hitting them attack stats. 4.7. So if we get the rotation where we have God Topo in... Wow, 7.2 million crit. Oof. I mean, it was a Dokkan attack, but still. If we get the rotation where we have Topo in slot 3, and then we put Tech Merge ZAMASU in slot 1, so we can get that... extra buff to the allies' attack. Whew, that's going to be a spicy attack stats turn. We're easily going to break 5 mil, so I definitely want to see that, which we should get on. Is it going to be the next rotation? I think it is the next rotation, isn't it? And the good thing is we're fighting Goten here, who is AGL, which means he's not going to absolutely destroy the Tech ZAMASU in slot 1, even if there is a whole bunch of attacks. So yeah, that's going to be a... we're going to see big old numbers from AGL ZAMASU. So I don't think he's like a top priority unit. If you're somebody who has, like, you know, you've got a whole long list of units to link level, he's not going to be like a top priority, but he definitely is a fun unit. And the fact that he has that extreme sub lead obviously allows you to build teams quite effectively. So let's go ahead and do this. We've got no item active. I guess we'll use the attack up item next time around. But 3.1 for Merge ZAMASU. Hopefully he doesn't like double super here and just take out Goten. Alright, so what are we getting from ZAMASU? 5 million. Okay, so we just broke it. We're almost at 5.1, but just over 5 million for the AGL ZAMASU. That is pretty good. And then, yeah, he's still taking double-digit damage from normal attacks, despite only having the 20% damage reduction. So I would say that that is very, very solid. Look at that Topo with the level 3 dodge. You love to see it. I guess we can let Beerus finish off Goten here. At least we don't have to play out the whole turn. We can go straight into this next turn here. We don't have attack support because Gowasu and ZAMASU only provide defense, so this isn't going to be like a crazy attack stat turn. I guess it doesn't really make a huge amount of difference. We'll use the attack up item and just have this as the final turn anyway. I wonder if we can get up to the 5 mil that we got last time. So go ahead and do this. So at least with defensive support, the tech one has 920k, and then the AGL one has 135 basically, and then the 20% damage reduction. So pretty decent. But bear in mind, of course, that 131k defense is with him getting 50% from Tech Mode ZAMASU and then 70% from Gowasu and ZAMASU. So without either of them on rotation, his defense is actually quite low. And that's where the damage mitigation has to come in, which is why the transformation into the corrupted form is that trade-off, because you're losing half of your damage reduction while still having fairly low defense. So 3.4 for this guy, pretty damn solid. When he gets to level 10 links, I think he will be pretty crazy when linked up with this ZAMASU. And yeah, 5.7. So if we actually had an attack supporting unit on the rotation, we would easily break 6 mil with that future Bulma item active. So that is pretty good. So let me know what you guys think down below. Obviously, AGL ZAMASU's been around for quite a while now. It was a while till he returned on a banner on Global, but he's been on a few now. It was actually the last one that he was back on that I was able to rainbow him finally. So let me know what you guys think of him down below. Has anyone else link leveled him? Definitely want to try him out once the tech one is at full level 10. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord in the description. Feel free to join in the fun over there, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.